It is now my great honor to introduce the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
By law, the House and Senate must have a joint meeting on January 6th to officially count the votes cast by the Electoral College.
We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million.
The process usually goes unnoticed and is such a dry affair. Some members of Congress often skip it, says retired Senate historian Don Ritchie. In fact, he recalls years where he and other staff members have been asked to be seat fillers. But on January 6, 2021...
You can be sure that all the senators will be there this time around.
This upcoming meeting is fertile ground for political theater, as President Trump's allies see it as a last stand against the election results. Alabama Republican Congressman Mo Brooks was the first lawmaker to announce his plan to make an objection during the joint session.
They will stand up, as Maxine Waters did 4 years ago, and object.
I wish to ask, is there one United States senator who will join me in this letter of objection?
There's no debate.
The way that 1880 law reads, they have to have somebody on the Senate side to agree with it.
Multiple GOP senators say they also plan to object, including Josh Hawley from Missouri and Ted Cruz from Texas.
And then if that happens, the Senate goes back over to the Senate chamber. They have 2 hours to debate and they vote, and then they meet again, and then they count the ballots. It's essentially for show, because there really is not a lot they can do at this stage, and the states have already certified that these are the winning candidates.
Only twice in history, in 1969 and 2005, have a House and Senate member joined together to file an objection. Both times, the objection was voted down and the election's winner prevailed. The current vice president presides over the count, and that can also make things interesting during some cycles.
George W. Bush of the state of Texas has received for President of the United States 271 votes. Al Gore of the state of Tennessee has received 266 votes.
In 2001, Al Gore had to announce his own defeat, and he strictly adhered to procedural rules to stop interruptions from happening.
The chair will not entertain debate because that is a violation of the rules of the joint session.
And I think at that point, psychologically, Gore realized he had lost, and he accepted that. And so he wanted to make sure that when he counted the ballots, that there was not going to be any particular commotion. Interestingly, the last time around in 2017, it was Joe Biden who was counting the ballots. And there was quite a lot of commotion in the House. People were yelling. I mean, it was pretty hectic.
The sergeant at arms removed the protesters from the gallery.
The irony is that this January 6th process became law after a very contentious 1876 presidential election, and Congress felt they needed a streamlined procedure to keep politics out of finalizing election results. Because of Biden's sizable electoral vote win,
Thank you.
the upcoming joint session can't do much in the way of changing this election's outcome, and history warns against Congress attempting to do so, even when a race is close.
The one thing I will say is any member of Congress who has ever read anything about American history would never want to have to deal with this themselves, that it is a no-win situation for the Senate and the House to have to decide the president and the vice president.